Hello friends, Govind this side, and in this video we will see how to connect the Spring Boot application with Amazon RDS. So before connecting with Amazon RDS, first we connect with the local database. If everything is working fine with the local database, then we will connect with the Amazon RDS. Okay, so let's first create the Spring Boot application and connect with the local database. Okay, so this is the STS ID. Go to the file, new Spring Startup project. Here project name is user management. You can give whatever you want. Okay, and I am using Java 8. Click on next. Spring web dependency, because it is a web application, that's why I am adding the Spring web dependency. To connect the database, we need to add the JDBC API dependency, MySQL. No required of JDBC API, only required the MySQL and Spring Data JPA, because I am using the Hibernate, so that's why need to add the Spring Data JPA. So these three dependency required to connect. These two dependencies required to connect with the database. Okay, and to perform the DB related operation. And this is to create the REST API. Okay, so click on next and finish. So here project is created. So first let's go to the application.properties file and add the required database related stuff, that is database name, username of database, password of database, dialect name, everything. So let's add this. Okay, so my database name is userdb, database user name is root, database password is empty. Okay, I have not set any password for my database, that's why empty. And driver class, I am using the MySQL database, so MySQL driver, and we are using the Hibernate here, so that's why Hibernate dialect. So this is the database related properties I added on the application.properties file. Okay, now let's start. First create the controller class, user controller, make it as a REST controller. Now create the endpoint. Okay, so public user, I want the list of user from database, so list of user, get user list. Okay, get user list. So we have not created user class yet, so create one user class, make it as entity because database table, so that's why make it as entity, integer id, string name, and okay, I take only two variable. Right click and generate getter and setter. Okay, this is your entity class. Now go to the user controller, import for list. Now create the one repository, user repository. This is actually interface, implement, extend with JPA repository, generic is user and primary is integer. Okay, so now create the object of JPA repository, so auto wired user repository. Okay, now call repository dot find all. Okay, and return this. Okay, so we done with our coding part. Okay, so here we create the one controller, that is user controller, which is our REST controller, and in this we create the one endpoint, get user list. Okay, So add here mapping, get mapping. Okay, so whenever we hit the this endpoint, we get the list of user. Okay, so we don't have the database with name userdb, so let's create the database with userdb. So let's create the database. Okay, let's go to the home page first and then create the userdb is my database. Okay, just create it. Okay, now let's run the application. Okay, one more thing, we need to add one property in form.xml. Okay, so let's add that property, this scope property, otherwise we will get the exception. So go to the JPA, here add this property and just run the application. Okay, so what is the exception now? Entity manager invocation, no DOM user. Let's go to the user or entity class, user, make it as primary key. One primary key is must in entity class. Okay, now let's run. Okay, so application successfully executed here, and our this application running on port number 8080. So open the browser and hit localhost :8080, and our endpoint name is user. Okay, just hit. So here we get the empty result because currently there is no data in our database. That's why we get the empty result. So let's add something in DB. Okay, so for this I create the one more endpoint. So let's create one more endpoint to add the data in database. Okay, so here in user controller add one more endpoint to add the data. So that's why we add post mapping, user save. Okay, user save is our endpoint. Add user, method name, return string save. Here at the rate request body of user. Save is return type anything. Okay. Okay. So let's paste in Postman. So open the Postman, run the application again, because I am not added the developer tool, so that's why I need to run explicitly. Okay, so first let's kill the old process because that port number is already occupied. Now run again. Okay, so in this application we have created one user controller and two endpoints. One is to display the user data, one is to save the user data. So let's test user save. Okay, so go to the postman, get API, port number is 8080 slash our endpoint is save user. We need to pass the ID. Okay, id is for example 1. Second key is name is equal to hardcoder and send. Okay, so method is not allowed. Save users save. What is user save? Post mapping user. What exception we will get? Exception is get not supported. Okay, so here this is a post method, so we need to set post. Okay, and send. Okay, bad request. Now why bad request? Let's check. Request body is missing. User ID is equal to 1, name is equal to hardcoder. Let's do one thing. Remove this request body. In Spring Boot, latest Spring Boot not required this. Just kill the process and run again. Open the browser. Open your postman and again hit. Okay, so data is saved successfully. Now you can see here. Now go to the browser, refresh. Here data is coming. Again go to the postman, add something, one more entry, hardcoder 2 or git send. Go to the browser and check. Here data is coming. So our application is working fine with the local database. Okay, so this is our application and this is working fine with our local database. So let's recall once again. We create the one user entity, one user controller, and in user controller we create the two endpoints. One is user and other is save user. This endpoint is return the list of user, and this with this endpoint we save the user data on database. Okay, so this is working fine with the local database. So in next video we will remove our local database and we add the Amazon RDS database. So in this video we have created the Spring Boot application, we created the local database, and we connect our Spring Boot application with local database, and we have tested this part and everything is working fine. Okay, so in next video we have removed this part and we directly connect our Spring Boot application with Amazon RDS. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you have any doubt or any suggestion, you can ask me in comment.